guys enjoy this. I am recording this on live, so I hope I share this and everything. We have beef today, for some reason, in Latin America, between Latin America and Japan. What's up, right? I don't know what it is, bro, because I remember the time where black Viltrumites was spreading all over on Twitter. Again, remember this is Twitter. This is the fictional place. You don't need to watch it. You don't need to get into this. You could just fence it and fence it and fence it and fence it and fence it. All right. You don't need to get into this bullshit. However, I want to talk about how like well we're talking about it, and I've been talking about it for at least an hour or so about this stuff. So I had a comment about what's going on, and it started off with this, and because of the shit that's going on here. Um, First thing what happened was that this fucking the Japanese are having beef with us, and especially on regarding to I guess like I said piracy, and piracy goes was that TMO shut down and a lot of mangas that were very rare to get, very rare to read due to the Japanese policies and the stuff out there was being cracked down by Spain, and Spain is going wazoo up the ass because the European Union want to save children, so they started censoring manga anime, not only just hentai. So this guy said, right, so but within that, hilarious enough, I had been hearing rumors, including on Twitch, on Twitch, on X, where the Japanese themselves were also pirating manga, and they were making their own indie animations and so dojinshis secretly before they got until they started getting cracked down, till they were getting arrested. They were getting arrested making dojinshi. So I don't know. So we're in the same boat, but I don't know what's the bitch fit about this. So what happened was that regarding to that reaction, when they are accusing us for the crackdown and all that stuff and the manga sales that are going on valid because Keirana brought up the stuff about piracy. We had another second race war going on. Let's just say. He said it right here, bro. A lot of Latinos caused nothing but trouble in Japan as a result. This is a Dojin artist. Mind to tell you, this is a Dojin artist. A lot of Latinos caused nothing but trouble in Japan as a result, as well, which made people super very wary, and then gave them a bad image. Even now, people coming to Japan from there are constantly causing problems. You don't think there was a racial discrimination in Japan back in the day to the extent that foreigners imagine, right? It's just overly self-conscious. Japanese people are small in stature, and I think we're easy to mock. Bullshit, because I am shorter than you. When I was in MegaCon, I met a Japanese manga who is 5'7". I am 5'2". I am shorter than you. I am shorter than you. If you meet me in person, I am 5'5", actually. You motherfuckers are like 5'8". The people, all right? You say you're short because you're hanging out with foreigners who are like on 6, living 6 foot, 7 foot, who are basically northerners. I am mid-size. I'm in the same size as a Japanese high school student. Okay? So I reposted it, and right, I reposted it right after this, right, and said, like, after the whole black Viltrumite debacle on Japanese X, now they're going after us Latinos. Like, bro, I watch, read, and sometimes draw hentai just like y'all, right? And then it's like, so in this same guy, the artist who I reposted, he said, "Sorry, it's all tough words to translate. Nothing's getting across. Seeing you quoting old tweets, see, you must be super free. I'm jealous." Like some passive aggressive shit this guy told me, right? I said, "Look, I have no beef. I was just keeping it calm, no problem." Even though I caught that sarcasm in a second, right? And then he reposted back, and like he kind of basically blocked me after that. He basically blocked me. I really wanted to check him out, and I wanted to make sure that he actually did block me. So he did block me. I had nothing to do with you, Buddha head. I don't know what you're coming after me for. I don't know what you're coming after us Latinos for. over the piracy. I agree with some of the piracy because you got artists that need to work on their shit. But you're coming after us? In return, it goes down like this, man. You know, like you got the Chinese talking about this. You got, right here, England had another one. But like there was like tremendous beef going down regarding to this part, and even in Latin America we got one girl right here in Colombia. Look, people hated by Latin otakus, shitty Japanese who prefer CP over piracy, shitty gringos no matter what they do, shitty Spaniards just destroy thousands of unlicensed impossible to get mangas, bootlicking Latinos who claim to get everything legally, right? And so you had these kind of comments going down and more because thanks to auto translation to Elon Musk, we have to have beef with Latin America. Like we haven't done like I don't know what's the beef. Like I'm fence sitting all the way, bro. I'm saying this to you, okay? I am saying this to you, to the artist who is saying passive aggressive shit to me. I am on your side in the name of hentai, all right? I read and watch and sometimes draw hentai. I'm not gonna show it. Actually, I do have this. I have this, okay? I'm gonna share this on Instagram. I want to share this shit on Instagram because I draw art. And I want to share this on Twitter, all right? On X and on Instagram. I am on your side. I am on your side, all right? On this. Don't shoot the bird here. Don't shoot the parrot, man. All right, because if you attack someone who likes your content, then maybe yeah, I have the right. You are being a fucking Buddha head. You're being a Buddha head who's getting arrogant over what you're seeing in propaganda on X. Right? Social media is fictional. Yes, I'm calling you a Buddha head, but yet again, I don't think you're going to understand that because he's a Japanese artist. Bro, I'm getting beef with a Japanese artist that I have no beef with. Sorry, I apologize for the racial slurs, but hey, man, that's what's going on, man. Look, this guy's here, right here. Do they realize that Latinos have been racist towards Japan for years? But when they see a tweet from some random Japanese person and suddenly start playing the victim, for years they have been saying that Japanese are misogynistic, pedophiles, suicidal, and slaves. The typical two bombs would have been enough. And yeah, this too. They're saying this too. Look. They're saying too. There's a tremendous number of people who treat Japanese manga readers and overseas alike with politeness and respect. There's also people in Japan and abroad who insult each other. And I've even seen some insults directed at Japan and bring up the word atomic bomb. I hail from the Hiroshima prefecture where the atomic bomb was dropped. Yet my forebears and the adults around me never taught me to harbor resentment. Instead, they taught me to never repeat it. I am grateful to those words who taught me that. Harbor, hold on to nature and cultivate. She said, like, yeah, because she's doing it peacefully. She's doing it peacefully. We're all playing peacemaker here, yo. Because they after the whole debacle of that stuff, because meanwhile China is not even letting their grip and their grudge against Japan for centuries and bringing about Nanking and Unit 731, which did happen, but even talks about like Japan about talking about pedophilia again. A Spanish guy just says something that like Japan's already lost to America, Korea, and China in the anime and the gaming industries too. You're done for. You lot with pedophilia as your national pastime. But those guys with theft as their national pastime, on top of that, all they do is sumo wrestle and borrowed loincloths. Huh? So you hear these slanders back to back, back to back, back to back, right? And and according to them, right? Look, tanto en generalizar Latam, right? They love generalizing Latin America so much, to saying that we're criminals. So then I can say they're all pedophiles, lolicon fans, machistas, and exploiters, right? And you get the same comments, right? They're agreeing. Yeah, you can do it, but they pull out statistics, and you end up looking like, yeah, like There, I mean, people are on the other side of the spectrum too, talking about this. You could do that, but they pull out the statistics. You end up looking like dumbasses because everything you mentioned is worse in Latin America, but except for Lolicon, because here they produce real yes, child sexual abuse material for them for real and in bulk. That's which is also, unfortunately, that is true too. I mean, there we had in Ecuador, we had there was a raid by Tim Ballard, who is an agent, a DA agent who saved a lot of children from a pedophile island, and that was real too. So we're being caught. They're also pulling, being exposed red-handed because of the lolicon culture. Look, you guys, you don't need to you don't need to get into that. You guys don't need to support any of that. Okay, I agree with you. Remember, I am a fence sitter in this shit. All right, I'm fence sitting on that behalf. Yes, I'm gonna tell you straight up to and my personal heart and bidding. Okay, I do have waifus interest on characters who are of the short kind, who are of the cute and funny kind. Yes, because they're fictional. All right. I have one lolly character that I like from Tokyo Ghoul. I do like the lolly character from Rebecca, but you guys consider them as children, but in reality they're not. I'm more. You may think I'm on the side of chibi reviews, but I don't agree with some of the shit that he says, especially what he said with Schlep, who he was an actual victim of an actual predator on Roblox. That I disagree with. But I also don't agree with y'all trying to threaten to dig up his dead brother's grave, and then laugh at the fact that he got cheated. Sure, he may deserve that over saying. I do feel the way that yeah, he should deserve to get cheated on for saying shit that like that's a schlep and then going a little weird on a certain shit. But at the same time, I'm also the person who separates fiction from reality. I'm alternative as fuck. I don't have a side. I live by the value as a Latino, but I don't live by the culture. You, I have yet to be called a coconut, but I look Arabic. So for some reason, look, in Latam is worse because we're flooded with organized crime. Yeah, so this, you know, you get to this point on, right? I think, but it's all revert to piracy. It's all revert to piracy. Look, and then they also passive aggressive shit when it comes to marketing. Too, there are two certain things. The Japanese seem incapable of understanding differences between markets. Latino pointing to Japan for crimes in Latam is much worse than and they're pretty retarded. I don't blame you all because I guess because we still have that drug shit all on our hands, man. Look, right here. Like Japs throw shit at Latin America because they didn't know that many otakus became like us otakus because buying pirated anime and manga. And I think that the fact that Japanese culture went global was thanks to piracy. But the Japs already bought out their classist and racist side. It's not new. For real? This one right here too. I was saying, look, what am I missing? What's going on in Japan? I love this country, even though you shouldn't realize that part. But this one was the funniest because it started like this. Things, right? I think this. I saw this from France. I saw this one. Look, with automatic translations, we've learned that the Brazilians are hilarious, the Chinese are little rascals, and the Japanese are still Nazis. But it is spoken by a West African, right? And this guy right here is oh yeah, a communist furry. Oh, don't worry, I'm drawing something for him. I'm drawing something for you guys. That's for those that are given. You see comments like this too, even the Japanese too. No, I'm Japanese too. I was so pissed off of the situation of being fed random lies in Spanish that I wrote in Spanish. I wrote it in Spanish, telling them off to spend. Although of course I'm using translation for that too. Oh, there's even recent news too. The Japanese are pissed over lies about Himuro Arakawa. The Japanese already found out about the lies and tall tales are circulating about Hiromu Arakawa. Viral posting that Fumeta was terrified and changed her name to a masculine tone to deceive shonen fans. What? The Japanese have completely debunked this and are asking foreigners not to project their views on gender and sexism onto Japan. And Hiroma debuted. There were already many successful and highly recognized female mangakas in Japan, so there were no way to hide their gender. That's a yeah, that's true because we had yeah the creator of Full Metal Alchemist is a woman. I know the creator of Demon Slayer Kiyoharu Katugere is also a woman too. Is also a woman too, and she made the most banger series of Demon Slayer. The most banger. That's one of the most banger ass mangakas. Even though it gets sleepy at hand because of backstory, but fuck it, bro. Ufotable was killing it on Demon Slayer, and it was made by a woman. Made by a woman. But the shonen tarts are thinking otherwise, bro. But we're talking about Latin America, bro. America Latina. So they're starting throwing, we're getting like thrown racial slurs left and back over piracy. And then sometimes they were even said, look, there are sometimes, right? Sometimes we even get, there's this potential parts right here where it says it's about Chinese, I think. Or is it Chinese? Hmm. Yeah. They use Latin America. Look, nobody sees them from below, or at least Latin America. But if you're honest, we're going to defend ourselves. So don't go playing the victims when racist aggressions were started by Koreans and Japanese. It's the same shit, yeah. Because it's like the same shit with Koreans with the Southeast Asians, and now they banded together to say shit to the Koreans. But there's sometimes people will say this too. That I am aware of the South American Spanish-speaking community where certain specific Chinese-affiliated accounts are persistently spreading distorted and biased information about Japan's war crimes and its foreign policies. However, their influence remains extremely limited at present regarding to the aggressive accounts on X. But this is in this recent incident. I also have impression that only a small number of accounts are standing out in a bad way. So they even talk about that that look some Latin Americans one recent year starting to hate Japanese people and starting to spread hate, right? For me, claiming it's so identical that to the one from Japan's communist neighboring country. Even before COVID, they were literally engaging in propaganda activities in Japan. So now I'm thinking maybe they expanded to Latin America 2 to 3 years ago. However, I believe it's really dangerous to leave anti-Japanese propaganda on the internet unchecked because you never know when or what timing it might have a might okay it might have a negative impact in reality. So they're talking about this, and they're believing that that Japan that Latin America accounts where are actually hidden Chinese accounts that that are talking shit on Japanese on Twitter, and which creating also the same thing because it's funny enough that Japan is also that China too, since they got their notice on anime and manga, were also resorted to creating doing piracy on that as well, bro. But in the end, bro, like I'm like, dude, too. I'm like, I am not your enemy, sir. I'm just fencing on this shit, bro. Don't shoot the bird. You guys are attacking me. Why'd you say fuck me for it? Why'd you say fuck me for it, bro? Bro, and it goes left and right and left and right and left. A few days ago, they were crying about how Japanese are supposedly racist and hate Latinos. Now they're gonna start praising them because some are left wing. Get your ads together, like yo, like some are left wing. I like this is funny as hell, bro. It's funny as hell. How they say shit like that. It's funny as hell how they say shit like that, and without any kind of sort of like fucking like consequence or something like that, because it's over piracy on that stuff, and then it created a racial slur. It's like the same thing with the black Viltrumites, when black people are being compared to fucking like Super Saiyans and all that good shit. I'm like, damn, bro. You know what? I propose this. Why not you make a black anime character as a villain and make him OP? America Latina. I mean, like, turn us into a lolly. Fuck it. But you guys want to gatekeep your shit so much, create more lolly characters if you want. I don't know. Or not. If you get best, you just shut the fuck up about it. Just shut the fuck up and just enjoy your shit, and we enjoy our shit within your favorite space of anime. And yes, two, we need to respect artists on that. But what is going on there is became a racial matter. So now they're going after us. They're going after us. I mean, yo, are we back in LA 1992? Are we literally back in LA 1992 right at this point? Fuck, huh? But anyways, that is all to it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe to my channel. I'm Element Reptile. Have a good day. You're blessed, baby.